Hi friends. Well, it's the end of February. Just have another day or so. And like I've already said, I kind of overspent a little bit in February, but they weren't really impulse buys. Well, a couple little things when I went shopping that I showed you the other day with my haul video, because you don't need gnomes, right? But I like them and they make me happy. And for, $10 or whatever they were, to me it's worth it. You have to be good to yourself too. You can't just always scrimp and save and scrimp and save. And I'm at the point in my life where at 70 years old, um, I don't need to put together a huge nest egg. um, that's not my focus now. My focus now is to live abundantly on what I have as an income, as abundantly as I can, and to have a little bit of money for emergencies, like if something breaks or just things like that. So as far as saving money goes, yeah, I do want to save some money, but I think a reasonable amount for just an emergency fund is anywhere between $3,000 and $5,000 just to have sitting there in case something breaks. So, but at 70 years old, I'm not going to be, having the goal of having $1 million when I retire. That ship already sailed a long time ago. So, as I said, I want a comfortable life, and that is my goal right now, to live within my means and to live abundantly. That's why I named my channel what I did. So I've been into prepping for quite a while. Now I'm not, living in the backwoods off grid or anything like that, but I do like to prep for emergencies because it's happened several times since I've lived here, and I've lived in this house now for 19 years. I had this house built, and with the thought in mind of that this would be my retirement home. Now, it is a colonial. It has an upstairs and a basement and one floor, but if I had to, I could close off the rooms upstairs. My basement part of it, it's finished because my grandson is living down there right now. Um, but I do store my food down there too. So I have an area there where I store my food. And I've shown that to you before too in one of my previous videos a while back. But so when I built this house, I wanted it so that if I had to, I could just live on the first floor. So I have a day bed in my living room, and I have that in there. If my grandkids want to stay or somebody else needs to stay, that's fine. I have plenty of sleeping room here for family or friends if they need to stay here. So, but if I need to live here on the first floor, I can do that. I have a bathroom, I have my laundry room here, a living room, kitchen, and a dining area that it's a dining room, and you've seen that before too. But I could, if I wanted to, make that into a bedroom. But I could use that room for lots of different things. And at some point, if I can't make the stairs anymore, I may take out half my pantry here and put a small shower, but that's down the road if I need it. So I really tried to think ahead when I bought this house. I don't need to mow the lawn or do anything out in the garden if I don't want to. Now, it's my choice to garden out there, but if it comes to the point where I cannot do that anymore, I'll just take it all out and put grass in. And then it's easy peasy. I don't have to worry about that. So if you're at the point in your life where you're trying to think of maybe retiring, you might want to prepare ahead a little bit. So I'm much into prepping. I think that's a good thing to do. Like I said, we've had power outages here before, and when Hurricane Sandy came through, I forget what year it was, we had power outage, I think it was for 3 days. So um, I have been stocking up on some other things besides food. There were a few things that I still needed to get. And so I did get a little propane, no, it's a butane burner in case the power goes out because I have an electric stove. And of course, I wouldn't be able to cook anything. And even my grill outside is electric, but I do have a little tiny propane grill too that I could use outside. But I wanted something that I could cook inside with, and this propane stove that I got was rated for that. So I got that, and I did get a rain barrel. It was $84 on Amazon, and the reason I wanted to get it now, and part of the reason I overspent in February, was because I know the prices are going to go way up once the springtime comes around, and everybody and their brother are going to want to get into gardening, which is a good thing. But so I ordered that now, and I'll be setting that up in my backyard. Part of the reason I wanted that is because I do have a Berkey, um, and you can always use rainwater if need be, if you have a Berkey, in case something happens to the public water. And it has happened before. So I just like to be prepared for things like that. And if I don't need it, that's fine. Um, I'll water my garden with it and save money that way. So I did get that. One more thing that I do want to get, but I'm going to wait until it's the off season, is a propane heater. That I do want to get. I've been going back and forth, kerosene or propane, but I think I'm going to go with the propane because the fuel is easier to store. I can get a 30-gallon, is it 30? 13-gallon tank and store it in my garage as to opposed to storing kerosene in my garage. That I don't feel real comfortable doing that. So that's one of the other things that I do still want to get. But anyway, I want to do a low spend in March. So I have plenty of food now, and I wanted to talk a little bit about how I shop. I don't make a meal plan. I don't say Monday I'm going to eat this, Tuesday I'm going to eat that. I can't do it that way because I whatever day it is, it's like, well, what do I feel like eating today? So what I do instead, I have plenty of food in my house, in my refrigerator, and in my freezer. They're all fully stocked of all the things that I like to eat. And then what I do is I look through my refrigerator and it's like, oh, okay, these cucumbers are going to go bad. What can I do with these cucumbers so I don't end up wasting them? So in that case, I would either dehydrate them. You can make cucumber chips. You can season them with whatever and make cucumber chips. Or I would make like a tzatziki sauce with maybe some uh, gyros. But I would come up with a plan of what I'm going to eat around the food that I already have. And one of the key elements to that is always to check your produce, check it often so that you don't go to waste, and then plan your meal around that. So that's what I want to do in March. My refrigerator is so packed right now because I bought a lot of food in February, more than I really should have, but it won't go to waste. And I want to eat that down and I want to eat my freezers down. And of course, I always have a fully stocked pantry, but buying the things that you like to eat and being able to make multiple meals out of those things is what I do. And that's worked for me for my whole life. And but I've become much more conscientious of not wasting the food. I do have a composter so that if by chance I miss something and it does get wasted, and I do, there's times where I forget about something and it does get wasted, but I'll throw it in my composter and then I don't feel quite so bad because it's not in a landfill somewhere making methane, and it's feeding my plants. So I'm starting to stock up too on my gardening things, and I want to get that done by the end of February so that in March I have a clean slate, and I'll make some videos of what I eat and cook, and we'll go from there. All right, my friends, I don't want this video to get too long. I just wanted to share with you how I grocery shop for very little waste. And let me know what you guys do. How do you like to shop and use up your food so you don't have a lot of food waste? Because we all like to hear what other people do and pick up on good ideas. That's part of what this channel is about. It's not only about my abundant life, but I want to hear about your abundant life too, and I want to learn from you. And maybe you can learn a little bit from me too. All right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. Be good to yourself. Don't forget to do that every now and then. Be good to others, always. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.